Wow. It seems like yesterday, but it's been so long. I remember playing the demo for Tekken 2 on this thing like non-stop. At the time, never really was able to enjoy the game to the full extent because wasn't that into video games back then. I was still pretty young. Rentals were good enough for us. But if we had a demo, we'd play the crap out of it, no matter how short or how lagging it was. This was no exception to the rule. Tekken 2, we've played non-stop, and for me personally, I just absolutely love this demo to death. And to this day, I still hold it dear to my heart because I still have it here. And Tekken 2 is the first game that I ever played in the Tekken series, and it really put the game on the map for me. So with Tekken 2, the demo was the one that started it all. We're going to go back to the past and stop for a minute and take a look at Tekken 1 first before we jump into Tekken 2.
Round 1, fight!
Actually looking at it and playing it now, it feels pretty good. It's alright, actually. I think the game hasn't aged as bad as I thought it did like a few years ago. Now that I play it, it's not that much different from Tekken 2, and I think Tekken 2 aged pretty well. So I kind of take back what I said earlier. The game still feels fine. It's a little more sluggish than Tekken 2, of course, but still got it. The game looks good, even on my PS3 right now, even though the textures and the blocky characters look hilarious. But overall, it's still aged pretty well today, I think so. And you know what? It's a fun little romp. You can actually get this game on the PlayStation Network store. They actually put it up just recently before E3 for $5.99. So yeah, definitely go check it out when you get the chance. Tekken 2. It's really funny actually. This is the first time I've actually officially owned this game on disc, in disc form. And I also downloaded it off the PlayStation Network when it came out originally. The thing is that I never really owned the game. Like I said, I played the demo before, and that's all I really thrived on, aside from renting the game from Blockbuster or borrowing it from a brother-in-law or my cousin who had it at the time. But eventually I had to give those back. At the time, Tekken just fell off the radar for me. Never really played much aside from the demo, but this game holds dearest to my heart just for being what it was. It was the first Tekken game that I ever played, and one of the very first fighting games I ever actually enjoyed. I just love the characters, the fighting mechanics, the characters, King, for example, the Mexican wrestler with the jaguar mask. I always thought that was amazing. The way he sounded, the way he roared like an actual jaguar was fantastic. The music in the background, especially Michelle's level in the desert, was just awesome. I thought it was phenomenal. I used to play this music till this day. I still think it's a fantastic track. But definitely Tekken 2 is one of my favorites in the series, just because it was the first one I ever played. And it definitely made Tekken one of my favorite fighting game franchises of all time. And last but not least, Tekken 3. Highly regarded as one of, if not the best Tekken ever released. Tekken 3 is one of those games that takes the series and brings it to new ground and does a lot of new things with it. Tekken 3 had a plethora of new modes. There was even Tekken Force mode for the console version. They upped the graphics quite a bit. The characters didn't look so blocky or ugly anymore. Characters actually had some personality to them, even more personality than before. The music was just as good as before, and the game just overall played really smoothly. Characters had more moves, the moveset was bigger, there's more characters even, a lot of new characters as well, a lot of new faces joined the club, like Ling Xiaoyu, you had Jin Kazama, Ogre was the new bad guy, and they kind of got rid of some of the older characters like Jun Kazama. Unfortunately, some of those didn't quite make it. Martial Law had Forest Law replacing him, which was his son, and it was a really good game overall. Now, I never actually owned this game until just recently, because I actually found it at Play and Trade, another game retailer, and they were having a buy two get one free on PS1 games. That's where I was able to get my Tekken 1 as well. And I only paid $7.99 for Tekken 3, and I thought it was an absolute steal, since it's really hard to come by nowadays. You can't really find it. It's not even on the PSN store yet, so I thought it was a great deal. And the game still plays really well today, and I feel Even though I never really owned it in the past, I did remember playing it at my cousin's place. I do remember playing it at my cousin's once. You know, my cousins, they were always the ones who had all the games. They had all the games. They had all of the games. But yeah, it was a fun game. I really enjoyed it. Although, kind of at the time, I was like, "Oh, Tekken 3. This must be, you know, the sequel to the demo that I've been playing for the past how many years." So it was fun. It was great. I remember playing as the dinosaur Gong. Remember Gong? Yeah, that thing was weird. He always had like these flatulent attacks and stuff like that. It was a really weird guest character, but the game was really good. And while many people say it's the best in the series and their favorite, I wouldn't say it was quite the best or my favorite in the series. That would probably have to go to Tekken 5 and Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection. But overall, Tekken 3, really well done. So thanks for watching, everybody. Rate, comment, subscribe, and see you later.